Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our allies, France and the UK, routinely recycle their nuclear fuel. While they do not have geologic repositories either, they don't have the dispersed nuclear waste problem that has saddled greater deployment of nuclear power in America. In the face of recent energy crunch in Europe due to the underperformance of weather-dependent renewables and Russia's invasion of Ukraine, France recently announced they will be deploying 14 new reactors, the first of which will be coming online in 2020. The UK has also joined the race and declared that they will add 8 new reactors, which will supply 25% of their anticipated demand growth. Meanwhile, Russia and China are racing to develop nuclear recycling facilities. China is constructing 2 demonstration plants right now. We don't have any say over their safeguards implementation, and without serious commitment in such technology development and commercialization here at home, we won't have any say when other nations and what other nations will seek to do with that in the near future. It's time that we reinvigorate nuclear recycling R&D in the United States. In largesse of federal budget, such R&D spending won't amount to more than $50 million annually. This is quite small compared to the plus $1 billion that the federal government spends annually in liability payments due to its failure to take custody of nuclear waste. I want to add that the department's ARPA-E office has shown great courage and foresight in funding nuclear waste recycling R&D in the last couple of years. So what sort of infrastructure and spending levels are necessary to seriously reinvigorate this research and development in the United States?
Thank you for that question.
Anybody can answer.
Yeah, thank you for that question. So we are taking very seriously the issue of the need for nuclear energy and expanding our nuclear capabilities for power plants. In fact, we have just a phenomenal new leader in our nuclear energy area, Katie Huff, and she has really been pushing on how we not only put forth new demonstration nuclear projects, as well as to be able to plan forward for keeping our nuclear power plants in place. These don't happen, of course, overnight, and in fact, to be able to have the smaller modular nuclear power plants that we hope to have, we need to do a demonstration project in order to do that, and that we're working very actively on. We know that the issue of nuclear waste is a huge topic that we need to be concerned about, and we're actively working on that too. Our environmental management group is working very hard on this, as well as in the areas of both the Office of Science and the applied programs to it, sort of across the spectrum. So we're on it. We're working hard on it. Again, it's a complex issue with regards to where things get sited, as well as working with different companies that want to be involved in doing this. And that's what we're putting a lot of our energy into now, is to be able to find partners that we can work with in order to advance our nuclear program in the country.
How quickly do you think you can get some of these demonstrations up and running?
Well, we're hoping in the next several years, in the next couple of years, because it really depends a lot on, in some respects, our ability to produce HALEU, which we're going to need for the smaller demonstration projects, and that then goes back to the issue of limiting our uranium supplies from Russia. So it's something I've been actively working on, both with the Undersecretary for NNSA as well as myself, in order to work on that problem right now, which is what we really need to figure out for both the HEU as well as LEU as well as HALEU. And so I'm hoping we can make progress, but we first have to make sure that we got the fuel in place that allow us to run these demonstration projects.
Now, in regards to the companies developing the technology for the handling of the waste, how can we make sure that companies developing these technologies are not hindered by the lack of facilities which the federal government should be making available in our national laboratories?
Well, that's another complicated issue too, and I'd be happy to work with you and others to figure out the best solution on this as we go forward, because you are, Congress is an important player in this too, because this is really a national issue as well as it is a site-specific issue.
Thank you, ma'am. My time is out and I yield back.